wrestling veterans and someone in our
All right, here we go. Next match of the night, Doc. Are you ready?
I am ready. This is going to be one hell of a barn burner, especially which we have somebody debuting here in 814.
That's the thing. We are heating up here in 814. Everybody wants to be here, wants a shot at our title belt. And that Fresh Face initiative that AC Norway started brings into town. We bring you the best indie wrestling in Central Pennsylvania.
That's right. At 814 Wrestling, we're taking over, but there you go. Thanks, Drew.
Michigan, weighing in at 200 pounds, he is the king of demons, Rey Demonyo!
All the way from Michigan.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where we're attracted from. That's what we do here in 814. Said, we are the #1 in Central Pennsylvania for the best indie wrestling. Not Erie, my friends.
The king of demons. What can I say about this guy? About a year and 2 pro, trained out of the House of Truth. This gentleman here, my goodness, the king of demons. And boy, does he have one hell of a task ahead of him, though, here tonight.
You are correct about that. I tried to ask him backstage when I found out about that. I'll see if I can get a copy of the Book of Truth, and he said, no, that's only for Truth Martini, his trainer. That's a big name and name of business. You know wrestling in the past 20 years, you know Truth Martini.
That's right, Truth Martini. To be trained by someone, but somebody who's been pretty much trying to make a comeback here at 814. Someone you could say has risen from the grave, literally. Yeah. This man right here, the Ronin, Stevie LeBell.
Well, you know, I guess being locked in a casket kind of does something to you, and that's exactly what seems to have happened. He's changed a new leaf, so it seems. I mean, Doc, you've known Stevie LeBell for quite a long time, for many years.
Weighing at 225 pounds, he is the Ronin, Stevie LeBell!
So I'm curious to know your thoughts on it, since you know this guy very well and everything that you've been through with him.
First of all, he just grabbed at the King of the Demons crown. First of all, I would never mess with a King's crown, especially someone that looks like, Mr. Ray up there. But my question to you is this. Stevie LeBell, last month, we saw a different side of Stevie LeBell.
Correct.
Stevie LeBell, Luke Lee could not continue with that injured knee. I thought we were going to see a rehashing of the blood fest that we had to deal with for how many months. And now Stevie LeBell, showing pretty much a different side of himself. But tonight, I want to know, was it a hoax?
That's why
I don't trust him. I never will.
That's why I asked you, because you've known him a lot longer than I have. You actually used to be good friends with this guy.
I was, until he decided, you know what, I'm going to make an example of you. And
so I'm just curious about if we actually believe that this is a new Stevie. Again, maybe being locked in a casket changes your peripheral life, changes your outlook on life a little bit. Maybe that's what happened to him.
Well, I think this match will tell. I mean, we did see a different side of Stevie LeBell last month, as you have stated. We'll see if it carries on.
And folks, the voice you're hearing right now, that is Drew Shannon sitting in for Todd Taylor right now.
I think they know that.
Well, no, I'm just probably
everybody knows Drew's voice.
Well, but at the same time, I'm giving you a nice intro.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. By the way, the man who was just talking to you, that's TV's Mike Edwards.
And then, of course, Doc to my right.
Well, he wasn't. Were you talking?
He's not talking yet. Well, he was.
I was letting you talk.
Oh, that's Doc, by the way.
Out of respect. But right now, these two back and forth with the hammer locks.
And that's the thing about a hammer lock. People will write that off as a very underutilized wrestling hold. It's very painful. Same with that side headlock. Stevie seems to be going back to the basics almost in a way.
He's going to have to. This is a debuting Rey Demonyo, right?
Rey Demonyo.
Rey Demonyo.
Excuse me.
He's the king of demons.
Well, the King of Demons, I'll tell you, a hybrid, guys. Not only just a high flyer, but also, a technical wrestler. And we're seeing that technicality right there. And, of course, the high flying all in one here. And I hope Stevie LeBell is on a mission here. The Ronin is in a lot of trouble, hurting that shoulder, though. My goodness.
Well, I'll tell you what, coming back after that casket match, being gone for so long, I think he's got a lot to prove here, to be perfectly honest.
I got a lot to prove to make sure that he's the new Stevie LeBell that he wants everybody thinks he is. Rey Demonyo, and the thing about him is, I want to bring this up about Demonyo. It's the first time I've ever heard this, and I like the way he's switching from hammerlock to headlock to hammerlock. Rey Demonyo, of Mexican and Filipino origins. I'm willing to bet he's probably the first Filipino luchador I've ever heard of.
I've never heard of.
So Mexican Filipino, that's a pretty good, that's pretty interesting. That's nice good combo. And we know a lot about some of the Filipino wrestlers over the years, and the Samoan wrestlers from down that in the South Seas there.
Demonyo, though, I hope he's ready because I will say this. Stevie has that MMA background, guys.
Right.
And it has definitely come into full effect.
Have you ever seen any of Stevie's MMA work or anything like that?
Yes.
You've got to show that to me.
I saw him actually do a shoot match in an actual wrestling ring when we were at, locked down for COVID during the practice sessions of 2PW.
Nice takedown from the collar of a tie-up. I'm sorry, Doc.
He took Zeke Mercer, who is another MMA-based star.
I know Zeke very well.
That's
he used to
right.
wrestle here, and they 1/4 member of the Apex Club.
That's right, and then the ref tossed him out.
Right.
But I will say this. Right now, Demonyo is really, really, you can see he's even pointing at his head like, I'm going to have to think with this guy. Wait.
Oh my God, what a shot.
Wait, Jesus.
Like a shotgun going off, and you can hear that in downtown Johnstown.
Well, get ready. He's looking for...
Oh, good God.
He can give as good as he gets.
Wow, that makes you
Oh,
flinch.
my gosh.
Even Stevie wasn't ready for that.
We've had enough masked men running through. We got Man-Child, we've got Demonyo. We've got
boy.
Let's talk about that guy that was in the balcony.
The guy in the balcony is a little creepy. I haven't seen him here tonight so far. Hopefully he doesn't show
are you
up.
Okay? I kind of...
That was a little...
That was scary.
I was already out of the building. Thank God.
Well, unfortunately, we've had a lot of freaky things happen over wrestling, so you don't know what's going to happen when a guy in a skull mask shows up and just stares down at the ring.
That wasn't even a skull mask. I don't even know what mask that
and
was.
what happened to me, I don't want to get into.
Looked like Casey
but
Jones.
you're okay. Is all that matters.
I'm okay. He let me go, but I don't... It was...
I was going to say, I don't want to be stuck between Todd and Drew because those two like to argue a lot.
They do, but at the same time, if that guy does come out here, I'd rather be between you guys, let him take one of you guys out.
Oh, look at this ability. Look at the balance of the King of Demons. My goodness.
The ropes, a little old school, but
he's not walking the ropes, he's dancing them.
some new school and the old school.
A little two-step going there.
Oh, my goodness. Demonyo. Oh, my.
Stevie had to bail out of the ring. Stevie's got to rethink his strategy, Doc.
Yeah, Stevie LeBell's like, right now, he's beside himself and up.
Whoa.
Little scorpion tail right there. Demonyo with that venom-like grimace on the mask.
Demonyo, though, he's his own entity. That right there is definitely something from the Book of Demons.
That right there is veteran instincts from the man. And I think what's really interesting is if you get a close-up, if you look very carefully at the bottom of Stevie's boots, I think he still has the thumbtacks from that match in the bottom of his boots.
You had mentioned that last time, and I think he's got him in there as a reminder of that match.
He might. That's a good shot right there.
Look at that right there. Yeah.
I actually had my first conversation with Stevie LeBell since that casket match, and he actually talked to me for the first time in a while. Before he insulted me, of course, he said, I've been away 6 months, and I'll say this, I've laid eyes on this man. He is no king. That's the biggest insult you could say to anybody that's a king.
You're right about that, but that is the confidence of Stevie LeBell. And actually, that sounded like he was being pretty nice to you at the time. A little difference from the way
he wasn't nice to me, because then right after he told me to get the you-know-where out.
Well, we've got a king in the ring right now. We had a Pope out here earlier. Was he a Pope or is that a Cardinal?
It's Zach Ramsey's.
Yeah.
In Papa Emmer's cosplay, but I'm not going to go there.
I know. The only white smoke you'd ever see if he became Pope
Oh my God, back senton.
the pot smoke of the guy that elected him, because he'd have to be high to do that.
Well, he looks like he was wearing the Cardinals like when they were wearing their Keller rush to elect the Pope.
I mean, we are seeing a little bit of a different... We saw a different side last month, but this month we're seeing the same old cocky, arrogant Stevie LeBell that we both know.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like the new Stevie. This feels like the old Stevie from a year ago.
Well, it could have just been that Stevie had
maybe a respect factor because Luke Lee beat it into him.
I would think. Yeah, thank you.
That could be very much could be it.
Wow, thanks for covering me there, Doc. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
You usually get me, so...
I got your back, bro. I got your back.
I'm going back in those elbows deep in the midsection of Stevie LeBell, trying to get some.
Using those ropes in the back of his mask.
I don't know if he grabbed the mask or the hair outside of the mask to get Demonyo down, but
Pretty much like the mask.
Oh, and knee to the back. And LeBell, this is what LeBell is like. We talked about that MMA background. He's very good at picking apart his opponent. It's like a time-honored tradition with him. And he's very good at it, ground and pound.
well, that's one thing about the MMA. You work on a body part and you stay on it.
You see right now, you had those big, like, fists almost. across the chest of Demonyo.
And right now, should say slow to get up, is Stevie LeBell.
But Stevie is almost like he's stalking his opponent. I think he just stomped a hand. You can break a hand, you can dislocate a finger that way. Oh my God. Man, what a straight right.
That might be it. No.
How is Demonyo still in this matchup?
He just cold-cocked him with that, oh my God, that forearm. And again, that MMA background, like I said earlier, coming into full effect when it comes to Stevie LeBell.
You do that in a bar fight, and you're knocking the other guy out. How he didn't knock out this luchador is beyond me.
I've seen Stevie LeBell, even though I still think very lowly of him, he has knocked out so many opponents with utilizing those forearms, those strikes.
Like you said, that MMA strikes that he has. And right now, this is a great maneuver. He's done a great job of grounding the luchador. He hasn't been able to fly since he hit that new school, old school earlier on. And now, whoa, nice arm drag, gets some separation. And that's what the luchador needs. He needs that separation to get the, And again, there's a veteran of Stevie. As you said, a year or two into his career is Demonyo. Still learning, still figuring this out. Stevie, the man has been around a long time.
Yeah, LeBell's choking him.
That's the old Stevie LeBell.
Yeah, Stevie LeBell, you know, a leopard never changes his spots, you know, and my goodness. Demonyo's in a lot of trouble right now. He can't even stand.
You don't think Stevie's capable of change at all?
I mean, no. We're seeing this. We're seeing this right now, Drew.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's a cheater. I'm just saying if they gave out medals, he'd place respectably in his weight class.
Sends him off to the ropes, and oh, look at that!
And Stevie stops it. Stevie's right to the eyes, and again, there's that Stevie LeBell.
A rake of the mask.
Oh my goodness!
That's what's gonna do it.
Jeez, that kick to the side of the mask of the luchador.
Demonyo's in a lot of trouble, guys. Stevie LeBell, I mean, just took his head off with that kick and now has him up. Oh, wait.
Hurricane Rana reversal by Demonyo.
Beautiful reversal.
Ducks a clothesline.
This is what Demonyo needs, maybe.
Ducks another clothesline.
Oh!
Manhattan drop by Demonyo. Demonyo getting the crowd behind him.
Stevie LeBell's Jonas Brothers are in trouble.
Oh! Sling blade.
Sling blade.
Need some potatoes, some french fry potatoes. And kick out of two.
I got no reason to kill nobody.
And again, with that sling blade, got Drew all excited, hot, and bothered. But right now,
I like them french fry potatoes.
Demonyo needs to stay on his opponent, though. He needs to stay on top of Stevie LeBell. Stevie LeBell, one thing about him, what a workhorse. You know this, I know this.
He was
Absolutely.
There's a reason why he was a legacy champion here in 814 Wrestling. He earned that title, and he earned it by being a workhorse. That is what they call in wrestling a workhorse title. And Stevie carried that and was a great champion. Even if you didn't like him, he was still had a great record.
Oh!
Again, right back to the face. Ripcord, Esquio, and that's got to be it there for the Ronin.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Ronin, Stevie LeBell.
Give it up to Stevie LeBell winning. What hard-fought battle, but hey, Rey Demonyo, I hope he comes back here at 814. What an athlete, man.
Great showing from this young kid from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
You are correct, Demonyo had a great showing, but unfortunately, it was not his night. The experience of Stevie LeBell was just way too much for the young man.
Yeah, Stevie LeBell, again, the leopard does not change his spots, and here we go again. The same Stevie LeBell that we've known for years.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you've gotten this far in the video, consider checking out our other videos, like this one right here. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And check us out on all our social media platforms to stay up to date with 814 Wrestling.